Okay, thanks. Here they are. The name of this is called It Was Here. It was here where the world was created. This was the spot where everything changed, where it began. It started from nowhere, a blank sea canvas, a wide open plain. She asked me, "Do you love me?" And while she looked into my eyes, my arms ached to hold her. I answered yes softly into her eyes. I answered yes to her flowing hair. I answered yes to her soft red lips, so I wanted on mine, to bring closure to my ardor, my wanting, my hope. I pressed my lips upon hers and I felt her hesitate, subtle, off-center, offered, but refused. It felt too hard, too urgent, too one way, I thought. My kiss upset her. She too was fragile and unsure where this would lead, as was I. And so I began again. I took her in, her eyes, her softness, her cheekbones, and how her hair framed her face. And this time it was slower, easier, gentler, more equality, more, this is how it should be. This is love, as our lips met, gently, no urgency, just wanting the moment to slow down for eternity, to never pass, to last. And this time I heard my breath, and I felt hers on my cheek. This time I felt my heart beat deeper, harder. This time I smelled citrus and heather, her signature beguilement. And this time I touched her hair and I felt it glide and slip through my fingers softly, slowly. This time I held her in a way she folded into me as a final puzzle piece that completes the picture. This time I felt her gentle touch on my face, her fingers in my hair, her lips gently on mine, our tongues gently switching, touching, tasting. And it was here where the world was created and everything changed. Thank you. The name of this one's called Hunger. We hunger for a touch, a word, a glance, to feel understood, to be seen perchance. We yearn for passion, for sex, for measure, not just a dance and not just pleasure, but to be held as if we are a treasure. How do we feed our souls, let alone our hurts and our yearnings, as we grind like pepper as we chat about our roles? We think we are connecting, yet we leave feeling hungry again, feeling the void, the hole. And so we hunger for experience to meet our needs. We bump and laugh and sigh, sharing stories to while away the time as we spin, dance, play, and swim in rivers of dreams and hopes, far from shore yet close to home. Maybe it's not possible for others to see us as we need to be seen, and so we fill our bellies with liquor, trying to hit that sweet spot between satiety and fullness. Some turn to Jesus or God or Allah, and some turn the dial on that soul station radio, one we turn to late at night as the train rolls down the track as we try to get back to that place where our hungers were once met, the place called home. That place is gone. Those that fed us have passed. Now we face the question, why are we so hungry? What will feed our soul? Is there anything that can fill this hole? And so we hunger.
Well, Terrance, you left me hungry for more of your poems. Ma'am, Ms. J, come on forward, please.
And I forgot to mention that my poem, Thanks Giving, will be published by High Tides Publication as part of my new book called Nature, Love, and the Psychiatrist. And over to you, Max.
Thank you. And it's many, but it's, as my wife says, all the letters are silent up. This poem is one dedicated to my mother. The J.O. When I was a little boy, my mother had a beautiful bow, carved with delightful figures, peasants and oxen, forever frozen in their tiniest waves. It was a wedding gift from my mother. I still remember my pride when she let me hold it. From eternal concern only equal the day I first cradled my baby sister and felt the silky warmth of her head. A few years later, that same sister smashed the bowl in a childish moment. My mother never shed a tear or raised her voice, just swept up the jumbled pieces. My, my sister holding the dustpan. Now I see bowls everywhere. The blue sky of Mongol nomads, the natural bowls of the mountains, tree roots interlocked beneath the soil, the frigid blue of an alpine red, and also hands cupped to hold gifts or water from a rippling spring, a warm but wounded bird. In ancient legend, a turtle holds the world on its puzzle piece bowl of a shell with unparalleled steadiness and devotion. When my mother died, my sister's tears helped glue back her story of her life, and her children joined the roots that hold us in. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and my apologies, maybe. Okay, so, Lacroy, come on up.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Lacroy Nixon. I recently graduated from Liberty University with my degree in graphic design. I've been writing and performing poetry for about just over 6 years now. This past May, I also published my first book entitled God and His Humor. So I have 2 poems from the book, and here we go. The first poem is entitled An Ode to Life. Dear life, I love the way you lie. Like the fallen leaves in autumn hitting rock bottom and the pebbles that patty cake with mountains mounting the confidence to believe that one day the clouds will acknowledge them. I love the way you lie. You should have told me that the School of Hard Knocks had an entrance exam. Maybe if I would have known that, I might have studied. Maybe these melanin melancholy messages mixed mastered faster than EMs passed in between classes wouldn't have clashed in an awkward fashion with my passion with my passion. If only I could keep this fire kindled. But life, I enjoy the way you swindle. Like the swirling winds of change that remind me that nothing stays the same. You should have told me that my favorite times with you would be the timeless ones, like paradoxes. Like we just a bunch of paragliding rhymes, riding air currents like wax wings stained with ink blotches, watching years and seconds become interchangeable as if we both had broken watches. If only you gave me a map, I might not seem so lost in the moment. I wish I could appreciate the way you fabricate. Thoughts like the prophets that would tell me that even heaven is attainable by obtaining knowledge about God rather than actually letting him into their hearts. Salvation through intellect and sanctification through the mind's eye, but you should have told me. You should have told me that I didn't need a doctorate to read the signs, or be literate to speak life, or have a phone full of friends to know love. I wish you would have told me that I didn't need Wi-Fi to understand connection. I wish you would have told me that difference is dope, that I would learn to laugh at my scars. I might have played outside more. But life, if I've learned anything, I've learned to love the way you lie. Thank you. So for my final poem, this poem was written in honor of Ahmaud Arbery, who was killed in March of 2020. And his trial, the trial and everything is still going on. So this poem is written in memory of him. What is one to do when words too ambitious to seize the day stumble over the doorstep of my lips like children running to catch the school bus? Shoelaces still untied, a backpack full of dreams still unzipped, and eyes too bright to see darkness. What is one to do when the body of a child becomes a coffin to lay bullets to rest? A cremation of flesh through hot lead, a jogging eulogy, jogging my memory, transforming from artistic to a statistic. I wonder if his blood ran as fast as he did. The man that did this acted as if they threw his soul and body into the gutter. I wonder if his heart stammered and stuttered. How can one go from neighbor to nemesis faster than a truck gassed up on prejudice? What is one to do when the birds are chirping in the Georgia breeze and you still hear the heavy whistles of Emmett Till? as if violence is imminent till justice is served like grits from Black Panthers, but the world is gritty. And it's sad that we are all considered weak when we try to open our hearts to those within our proximity. We're expected to hold our emotions the same way we hold our liquor, as long as we don't regurgitate the same toxicity. What is one to do when churches are sometimes more quieter than the streets after those shots rang out? As if snitches get stitches. As if the vast majority refuses to accept their part in this game like glitches. When another crucifixion happens and God seems to turn away. As if his guardian angels were subject to budget cuts. As if our thoughts and prayers only reach as high as smoke from shotguns, but I know he's there. I just want answers. Or did I stutter? Thank you.
I couldn't have hoped for more. We got a little bit of modern rap type poetry, and it's really a breath of fresh air. I can remember when people claimed that rap was not poetry, and I participated in poetry slams on the West Coast because some of the haiku poets and I tried to do a little bit there, and of course we were universally met with disdain. So I can't do what you do, but I love it. It's great. Thank you. I want to thank everybody for coming. I'm so sorry that we are entering the 5 o'clock hour, so it was absolutely perfect timing. And next time I'll make sure that there's no nutcracker in the way. Thank you, all of you poets, for coming, and the audience. And again, this will be on the PSV channel. You can see yourselves and your friends. And please consider December 4th luncheon at Ford's Colony Club, and Lola's in charge of that affair. And please consider the contest. Yeah, that's about all I got. So thank you.